Okay.
But that's the idea. But yeah, for the nodes, for the mesh, to connecting it to the mesh, that's probably a long way down the line. But the only reason I thought about that is I thought it'd be fun to eventually be able to tag the AI on Swarm Space and have it respond in like your comments or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're more integrated.
Yeah. And there's no terms of service or anything with this, so.
Well, if it's all stored on locally on the machine, you could have a very sort of brief sort of, like I said, sort of cookie sort of statement style thing, and that's about it, really.
Yeah. So.
But of course, if you are passing identifiable, personal identifiable information and passwords and stuff, then you've got to consider terms of service agreements.
Yeah. Right.
Privacy policies and libs. I mean, I was discussing this with somebody else the other day. They just wanted to set up a website with no, just a standard website, no user login, no user sort of preferences, and didn't even want any cookies stored on the machine. So in that case, why do you need a cookie statement? Why do you need terms of services? You don't.
Right. Yeah. For when everything's local, I don't think it's a problem. But maybe a cookie warning would be nice. And say, hey, this stuff is being saved on your machine. But I mean, it says it when you're typing to it, so I don't know.
Just to comply with GDPR, the Californian consumer.
So that requires a specific alert, not just a notice, general notice. Is that what that
is? If you are based in continental Europe, a lot of countries will, in the EU will state that you have to have an accept or deny, but in other EEA countries such as the UK, you can get away with just saying accept. So just a notification in effect.
Right.
It all depends on where you're really based, but again, it's just a simple accept notification.
Yeah.
Straightforward.
We can add that. That's easy enough. But yeah, I think the LLMs. That's my fun project. It's all based off my math for my physics math and theorem, so it's very interesting. It will see if the math works out for words, which I don't think it will, but I can hope. Bob, what kind of sandwich are you making? Some grilled cheese. Grilled cheese sounds good.
Making their own cheese.
Yeah. Maybe when Bob gets back, we can talk about doing the second episode of our We Are Sus. She wanted to do that today. We're all here. But yeah, I'm still playing with the hooks and stuff, and like because the LMN was coded with the agent or whatever you want to call it, it added some stuff that we don't really know what it does yet, and probably will have to go away and things like that. So it's very fun.
Yeah, this is the criticism about five. So then there's also some corporate thing not that long ago, presentation, where we've got these so-called programmers, just using some LM to create code, and then nobody there actually understands the code. Therefore, if anything goes wrong, they don't find out what's gone wrong.
Yeah. The when we first started using this, that was a big concern, was the way that it wrote code and the ability to understand what it was writing. And we kind of had to break it down so that it didn't just write one long string of code. We had to tell it, hey, for everything you do, for each feature, there needs to be a separate .js or whatever you're building, so it can be managed and edited by humans. And it was like, oh, that requires a whole rebuild. Let me
remember all the remark statements as well. So
yeah. It's like, oh, this requires a whole new structure. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, okay. But yeah, it was needed, because like like the whole human editability is I think we'll get to the stage where people will start using these agents and not understand anything that they're doing and just hope for the best, and kind of like rolling the dice.
it reminds me of the old COBOL engineers story. COBOL engineers create a framework for a banking facility 30 years ago, still using it 30 years later, and nobody's alive to the original people have died or retired or whatever. Nobody is there to understand what's.
Yeah. It's just dead code rolling live, and what the hell is going on? Nobody knows.
Actually, there was a Dilbert Scott Adams sketch.
Yeah, I always think it's funny when you talk about like people that build like bank systems and stuff, and not many people know code. How do you know they're not siphoning a bunch of money from your bank?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. You gotta trust that coder a lot.
Actually, I remember a story about the Y2K bug. Something I think was I can't remember. I think it was a logistics company, and they had exactly the same problem when it came to the Y2K issue. Nobody was there to understand the code. Nobody was there to be able to diagnose if this was Y2K compatible or not.
Yeah. I remember my godfather at the time worked for Microsoft, and he had to go in and turn off a bunch of computers and turn them back on in the morning. And he was like, well, that was a worthless waste of time. It took him like 8 hours to turn off all the computers. And then
Actually, I was working back in 98, 99. I was working for an insurance company, and they got me for over something like 3-4 weekends to test every single workstation. Just me, myself, and we're talking about, I don't know, something like 4,000 workstations. That's it, about 3,000 workstations. So I was just switching them off, on, changing the clock, switching them off, switching them on. And made a lot of money out of that, actually. But But yeah, it was not the most exciting job, but still.
Interesting. Hold on, details.
And they also gave us opportunity to make sure the cost for the RTC batteries were okay as well. So, and some of these workstations were what, good 8-9 years old anyway. So funny enough, that insurance company got bought up by a different company, but 2 years after I left them, and the company went back 2 years later.
Couldn't believe that. I went in there and found out my brother's in the front room watching Heart to Heart.
Oh, it's
And you know, him, of course, knowing that I'm into conspiracy theories, had to ask me about, is he the one that he was suspected of killing his wife? Because, like, the little girl that played on Miracle on 51st Street or whatever, she grew up and became like she had the same, like, status as, like, Marilyn Monroe did.
okay.
And she...
What, she slept with JFK? Allegedly.
Allegedly.
She could have. I'll put it to you that way. Not Marilyn Monroe, the other one, but she was really popular, and she ended up mysteriously falling off the side of her boat. And they believe that she died under mysterious situations, kind of like how Marilyn Monroe. They still have that whole conspiracy.
Stop. Which network are you on? Click your Wi-Fi. See your network. See if you're on mesh.
She's eating a sandwich.
She's browsing. I can see her browsing her computer.
Yeah, I know.
Turn off her screen.
I know.
Hello. Good. How are you?
I'm meant to be. What am I meant to be doing then?
Well, you were just doing it. You had the screen open
in the
and
wrong
everything.
place. Mom, I'm in the right place. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
That was the secret window. This is the real life window.
Oh, that was the secret window. Well, the secret window was working. But yeah.
Your latest post, or was the Googly Eyes your Lakers' latest post?
No, my latest post, I think was just text. Yeah, it just said pop.
Is mine still broken?
Hit refresh.
Sucks.
Yeah.
I know that sounds weird, but
hit it hard.
Here we go. On the button thing. Wait, do I have to accept these again? Do I have to accept cookies again?
Might have not made a label for it, so it might not be logged that we're accepting it. We'll take note of that.
Okay. Enable. Hold up. I don't enable yet. I go to the node dashboard. I go up to the top. Swarm. I click on Swarm.
No, just connect.
I just click on Connect.
Yep.
Connecting to P2P network. Switching from PureJS. P2P connected successfully.